Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows from shows ranging from the 90s to today.
Hi everyone, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia. And today we are back with our guest host, Jaycee.
Hey guys.
And since she wasn't with us last time, we are going to backtrack a little bit and talk about episode 2 from last time.
Cynthia's favorite episode.
No, not my favorite. So, Jaycee, what were your highs and lows for that one?
So for this episode, my favorite part was honestly when Dawson's parents were talking to him and Joey about sex, because I just thought it was so funny and awkward, and it just kind of made me laugh watching that scene. And then my worst moment was when Dawson read Joey's journal in this episode. I really thought it was a huge invasion of privacy. I've kind of had something similar happen to me with a friend before, and it kind of broke trust for a while. So I definitely see why Joey was so upset, and I can relate to that. And
for that scene when Joey says, I could sue you for that. Don't you wish you would have?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That's what I said.
Sometimes, things are just, you don't want everyone else reading them. They're private.
Right. And just because you think of something that day doesn't mean you're going to always believe them.
Right. Feelings change all the time.
And like she's going to go back and read what she wrote and then rewrite it or anything like that. She's not gonna. You're gonna move on.
She was probably just expressing how she felt at the time, and I think she was hurt because of Dawson and Jen being together and Dawson having that crush on Jen. So I don't think those were her true feelings anyway.
And he was obsessed with Jen.
Oh yeah.
And then what would you rate it?
I would rate this episode probably a 7. I really enjoyed it.
You did?
I did. I liked this one, even though Dawson kind of made me upset. He made me a little upset in that one. And then my favorite character of the episode was Andie, because she showed that she was a true friend. She showed up for Pacey on his birthday, and no one else really recognized him on his birthday the way she did.
Right.
Didn't you pick Andie?
Let me see.
I feel like Cynthia picked Andie.
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I picked Pacey.
Of course.
Well, think about it. It was his birthday. He didn't get his license, and Dawson forgot his birthday, and Joey.
He had it rough in this episode.
And let's be honest, he doesn't have any friends. That's when you realize he had no friends.
That's true.
I felt so bad for him, so he was my favorite. Because he could have said a whole lot meaner things to Dawson.
So he got a pity vote from Brittany.
Whatever.
But my worst character was Abby.
I'll give Dawson pity.
But Abby, I thought, was the worst. She was a really bad influence on Jen and Abby.
I know, over Dawson?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Dawson screwed up really bad, but Abby was a horrible influence, and just like the way she encouraged Jen to drink and go after Dawson knowing he's with Joey, I just thought that was messed up.
Yeah, she was a close second for me.
But yeah,
it was just Dawson for me.
It's always Dawson for you.
Yeah, when no one else is as worse as he is, yeah.
He was bad in this episode.
I always want to pick him for the worst, and then I'm like, man, somebody else beat him.
He was really bad in this episode, though. I think if it wasn't for Abby, I would have picked Dawson.
So, episode 3?
Yeah.
Alternate Lifestyles aired October 21st, 1998.
And the synopsis is:
an econ class project pairs Dawson and Jen as husband and wife, as well as Pacey and Andie as a married couple. Jen, with a little of Abby's help, tries to take advantage of this project to get closer to Dawson, while Pacey gets to know a little more about Andie's background from Jack. While doing this project, Joey learns that as a single parent, she has a better chance of success in life, but does not see the same for Bessie, who begins pressuring her to work harder at the ice house. Also, Mitch and Gail's marriage continues to deteriorate to a point where neither one of them wants to be around each other. So this is different. We actually start off outside the house at Dawson's,
but still at Dawson's.
Yeah, with Mr. Leary taking down that ladder.
Oh my God, that was so funny, wasn't it?
He thinks he's gonna stop Dawson and Joey, but I mean, teenagers are always gonna find a way.
And then Dawson was just going on and on.
He's a sexual being. That part I thought was kind of awkward, him saying that to his dad.
Yeah, he kept saying it too.
And then his dad's like, "You're a what?"
Yep, so the ladder is now gone from the window, and now that Mr. Leary knows that Dawson and Joey are together, all the rules are changing. Dawson says his father's overreacting, but I think he's doing exactly what a father should be doing. And
Yeah, so does that mean he's going to stop letting Dawson go to Joey's house? Like last episode?
I guess, we don't know.
Remember, all of a sudden, they were at
Joey's.
I'm like, they're never. And
I
I
mean-
didn't even think Dawson knew where she lived.
He can control what goes on in his house, but not at Joey's.
Well, remember, nobody's really watching Joey, so
Yeah.
things might happen there.
That's true.
Yeah, so Dawson tells his father that he's growing up and his dad can't handle it, and that's when he starts saying that he's a sexual being now.
Like,
and
what would Dawson do if it was like his daughter? I mean, really?
He would probably feel the same way, but
And
he
do the
is
same thing.
definitely not thinking like that right now.
Dawson lets his father know that he's not having sex with Joey, but he will have sex one day. His father leaves Dawson's room after
Ew.
putting his foot down about not being alone in his room with Joey. And the second the door is closed, Joey walks out of Dawson's closet. His father predicted this would happen, so another moment later, Mitch walks back in and tells Joey to leave the room.
So, if he knew that was going to happen, why didn't he check the bedroom a whole lot better than he did? He knew she'd be hiding in there, so why didn't he check?
He just probably forgot in the moment with
Oh,
talking
come
to
on
Dawson.
now. You.
Or he wanted to watch it play out and catch him in the act.
Yep, and
I'm
that's
like, you should have just checked.
But what fun is that?
Because then you could open the closet and see Joey in there.
Catch her in there, red-handed.
What are you doing in here?
Yeah, so Dawson, trying to act innocent, says, Joey, what are you doing here? Mr. Leary walks Joey towards the stairs, but before they walk down...
Then he's like, he goes, I'll
Dawson
see you in a
says-
minute.
Yep.
And
seeing
then
it-
Mr. Leary, no, you won't.
Yep, exactly.
Grounds Dawson.
And then back from the theme song.
Oh, yeah. So that's where he grounds them, right?
Yeah, because of sneaking Joey in.
Yeah, I thought it was funny when they kept going through that whole I'm the parent and you're the
Oh,
child.
yeah,
And
I'm
then-
the parent.
and
You're
then-
the
And
child.
then he was like, I'm the parent and you're grounded.
So it's a hectic morning for Joey. He's getting ready for school, but Bess wants her to straighten up the ice house because the health inspector is going to show up soon. She agrees to go even though school is starting soon.
Do you think that her sister forgets that she's in high school?
Yeah, she kind of puts a lot of responsibility on Joey when Joey's just a kid.
Well, yeah, and also like, what time does school start? She's supposed to go in and take care of all that before school,
Right.
And it's already like daylight out. So what time?
When we
is
were in
it?
school, we
We
were
started
there by
at
like
7.
7.
Well, 7:45.
Yeah.
High school started. When we were little, it was 8:00.
We would not have had time to do all that before going to school.
I mean, I just made it. The 5-minute bell, and I was just walking in. I was like, crap, I gotta run.
Same.
Gotta run in my locker.
At Dawson's, he's still trying to convince his dad to have Joey in his room with him. Dawson leaves, and Mr. Leary says to Gail he thinks Dawson is trained to be a lawyer because he's become the master of manipulation. Gail says, I wonder where he learned that from.
Well, and it was funny because that scene with Dawson, Mitch says to Dawson, when Dawson says he was starting to talk, and Mitch was like, no, but I'm sure you're going to tell me. Because, Dawson always has to be talking.
Oh, yeah.
Gail is talking about Mitch's idea about them having an open marriage, but then she says if this is his way of becoming even, then, but he cuts her off, telling her to forget about the idea. This makes her feel better, but now it seems like he's stuck again when it comes to their marriage.
Did you like any of that?
No.
Me either. I didn't care for the scene.
No.
I just wanted the kids' scenes. That's all I care about this episode.
Yeah, I don't care so much for their storyline, but I mean, I guess it.
Yeah, but don't you think it's because the writers were like, oh, we got nothing for the adults?
Yeah,
I
a
mean,
little filler for the adults watching with their kids.
I know, but it was like they have nothing else that you could do with the kids.
For real.
At least when they did that one with the pageant one, at least like they were involved with the kids. So it was
Yes.
entertaining.
So
Like
they were
Mitch,
in with the main story.
like Mitch helping Pacey and then Gail judging. Like I like that they were involved with the kids' storylines. Like bring that.
Yeah, now they're going off on their own
Yeah, and it's
separate
back
story.
And it's back to the affair.
Yes.
Jen and Abby are walking towards the front doors of the school, checking out a couple of guys on the way. But Jen isn't interested because she's still into Dawson. Abby is tired of this, but she tells Jen to make it happen, to get him
I
back.
do not know why she's still into Dawson.
Me either.
I mean, what in the world did they do that makes her want him so bad?
I think it might just be one of those things where she doesn't have him, so now she wants him, even if she really doesn't. I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm getting from it.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's the case because I don't see what they
But,
see.
you know, what's up with Abby? Does she just like the drama? Is that what she wants to see? Because why is she pushing it so hard?
I think so because she always has a smile on her face.
Yeah, like she's just living for it, eating it up.
Yeah, I don't think she really has a life. So I think her life is whatever's happening between the group.
Yep, that makes sense.
Because think about even detention, she was getting all involved.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Now, in the hallway, Andy catches up to Pacey. She asks to borrow his notes for a class, but he didn't do the notes.
Of course.
Andy starts to panic, feeling like she won't be able to answer the teacher's questions about the lesson. She spirals about being homeless. Pacey points out that she's rich, so she won't end up on the street because rich people retire to Florida.
Oh my, yeah, I wrote that down. That was hilarious when he said that rich people don't end up on the street. They end up in Florida.
Sure enough, in class, she's called on to answer a question, but she can't come up with the answer. So she takes Pacey's tip and says pass while the next student...
And then he's just smiling like, oh, yeah.
Do you think we would have got away with that in school, saying pass?
No.
No, they would have been like, no, what is the answer?
Yeah, we would have had to come up with some sort of answer.
See, now I want to go back and be like,
Try it
pass.
out. Yeah, just try it out.
Think about it. They would have
What
said,
would they say?
no, they would have said, did you do your homework?
Oh,
That's what happened to me.
oh, yes.
Then someone else walked in. Oh, yes, it happened to me.
When they called on you.
Yes, but luckily the kids behind me had the answer.
They saved your butt on that one.
Yeah, until another teacher walked in and didn't and called me out. Brittany didn't do her homework.
Wasn't even their class.
No, she needed to go back to her own class.
Nosy.
And you know who it is.
Yup.
Yeah, so the other student answers the question. And then next in econ, the teacher tells the students of their next project. They will be paired up with another student as a couple to figure out a budget for their fictional families. Abby gets paired up with a student she dislikes, but is told she can't switch partners. Jen and Dawson are put together, and Andy and Pacey are put together as well. Joey is the odd one out, so she ends up being set up as a single working mother.
And so we did the same project, and ours was the whole school year. So we got to do a bunch of things. And our class was called Consumers Math. And what was your job in all of that?
Well, for me, I was a 911 operator, and I had a husband, but I don't think he had a job.
How did he get away with not having a job?
I mean, I don't know, but it was really hard living on one income.
How many kids did you have?
I ended up with 6 kids. What about you guys?
Do you remember how old they were?
Oh my gosh, I know I had at least one set of twins. They ranged in ages from 2 all the way up to 10.
Oh my god. So I mean, mine was a lot easier than yours. I had a husband.
Did he work?
Oh yes, he did. And we only had one kid.
Oh my gosh.
He was like 8 or 9.
Lucky.
And we were both home health aides.
That's crazy. You guys worked the same job.
Somehow I picked the same little paper for both of us. What about you, Cynthia?
Well, like Joey, I was alone as a separated mother, and I had 4 kids.
Dang.
How did you make it?
Well, I was a telemarketer, first of all, but their ages were 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Oh, wow. You had one
Wow.
every year.
Yeah. 3 girls and 1 boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Party at your house. So you guys remember how we got ours? Because this teacher just tells them, this is what your job is. This is, your income. I mean, do you remember how ours was?
I remember some of it. I know it was all really random. Like,
It was like a little game, and it was so much fun. We had
it
fun.
was. I enjoyed it. I know.
Me too.
For our jobs, I know the teacher had real jobs from our area. She printed them out and put them in like a cup, and we drew them for our jobs.
That's why I don't know how you did draw 2 for your husband.
Maybe I drew one that said, like,
Unemployed?
Yeah. I think that's what happened.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, how could you not draw 2?
And then our kids, I know we rolled a dice.
Yeah, and thank God I rolled a 1. And then wasn't it you, Cynthia, that said how?
Yeah, I think it was popsicle sticks.
Or if you were married
Separated.
or divorced.
Yeah.
Oh, and our kids,
Were so much fun.
the age and gender, we drew cards.
Yep. So if it was black, it was a boy.
Yep.
If it was red, it was a girl. And then the number was the age.
So it was all super random, which I thought was neat.
And it was 10 years into our future.
Yes.
So we were 20.
Oh my gosh. And now oh wow.
We're way past that.
Oh no.
Oh, did I just scare you?
Oh yeah, you really
Well, I remember. I was like,
made me realize how old I am.
I was like,
now.
wait a minute. I had
How
an 8
long
or
ago?
9-year-old. What? That was really close to the 10-year mark.
We realistically could have kids that old. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want an 8 or 9-year-old.
Yeah, but I think it was easier that we did it on our own and weren't paired up with somebody else.
Yeah, because what if you had Abby?
That would be so hard working with somebody that
you didn't
just,
like.
Yeah, and you guys are never gonna agree on anything.
Yeah, see, eye to eye. What if you? I would not want to fight because I loved being able to pick everything.
It was nice.
The only people that I had to argue with were me, myself, and I. It was so enjoyable.
Now I do have to say it would have made it slightly more realistic if we did have a partner, because in life, if you are married, you aren't always gonna agree. So then that would simulate that.
Yeah, but I think you had a compromise based on your income.
Oh yes.
With everything.
Yep.
So, because we had a budget, and remember,
Yes, we had our checkbooks.
the budget was however much you made. So we really had to calculate.
Yeah,
all
and
of
we
that.
looked at. I remember our. They were actual real numbers for the wages in the area.
Yeah, so of course it wasn't very much.
No, it was difficult.
It wasn't like we lived in a big city.
But I liked the class. It was something.
It was so much fun.
I learned a lot from that class about real life compared to going to like algebra or English or biology.
So freshman year, they didn't have that class because my brother was a senior.
Oh.
The next year, sophomore year, I was in geometry with that teacher. And that is the first year that they did consumers math.
Oh, wow.
And I only remember because she was telling us that she felt bad because there was one girl who was a bus driver and she had 6 kids and she was single.
Oh, no. I couldn't imagine.
No. And so she goes, I felt bad for her. So I'll never forget that. And that's why I'm like, oh, in a few years, I don't want that.
Set up for failure on that project.
Yes. And so then that's when, that was the same class. So you get babies.
Oh, I loved that.
You remember your baby?
Oh, yes. Very well.
I am so glad we didn't get, what is it?
What do you mean?
The bag of flour.
Yeah, we had the robot babies.
Remember, like, on all those shows back in the day, it was like, oh, here's your baby. That ain't no baby.
It doesn't do anything. It just a bag of
It doesn't
flour.
even look at you. It doesn't have eyes. Ours was
Those
a
were
fake,
crazy.
but it was a real.
They
cried.
cried. You had to rock them and burp them and feed them.
Change them.
Everything.
Oh my gosh. And then because we had such a big class.
There
There wasn't enough. And then I remember sophomore year, because the seniors were doing it, we had to be very quiet that hour because if the babies, if one baby went off, they were all going to go off.
Oh, heck no, I would not want that.
We had to sit quietly the whole class because of the babies.
Don't want to set them babies off. Get them crying.
When we picked our babies up, they were in the library. I don't remember senior year that they were hanging out in the back of the class.
Yeah, we definitely did go to the library after class or after school to pick them up.
Yeah. So I remember waiting the first one in line to get my baby.
They must have wised up and put them in the library instead of the classroom.
Because maybe junior year those babies went off.
They probably did.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what time your baby went off?
It was 9 o'clock at night.
9 o'clock?
Yeah, mine didn't wake up for a while.
time did your baby shut off?
Late at night.
Yours must have been like the last baby.
Yeah, like 9 o'clock at night too.
Mine
Because
was around like 6.
I thought it was
And then it shut
done.
off at like 6.
Yeah, I thought mine shut off and it wasn't. So I was.
Did you get marked down for it?
Yeah, well, I thought it was off, so I wasn't supporting its head, and well, I let its head fall.
Bad moment.
Hey, I thought it was no longer alive.
How many marks did you get?
One. Just one.
Me too, and it was because that stupid bracelet wouldn't go off.
Oh.
And we only had a certain amount of time, remember?
To get to your baby when it cried.
Yes, to scan it, and that stupid thing wouldn't scan. It was at like 2 a.m. I'm like, scan, you stupid bracelet. I was getting so mad. Cynthia, did you get like 100%? No marks?
I think.
Well, of course she did.
There.
She was the perfect
Lucky.
mother.
Yeah, I don't remember what time it started, but I just know I was taking a nap. So my dad
It woke
ended
you
up.
up?
Yeah, well, my dad woke me up to tell me that it was
Your baby's
going off.
crying.
Yeah.
Cynthia, come take care of this baby.
So, do you remember that like everybody went out somewhere that weekend because we got it on a Friday night, and so everybody went somewhere.
I went to the
didn't.
mall with my baby.
I feel like the mall was like
That's the main place everyone went.
I remember some people were like trying to get into Chuck E. Cheese with their baby.
Oh gosh, that's a bit far.
I went to Bronner's.
How was that?
Well, it was during Christmas time, so.
Oh my gosh, I bet a lot of people were staring at you.
So Jaycee, what is Bronner's in case nobody knows?
Bronner's is a huge Christmas store
That I recommend everybody go to.
Yeah, it's
and no,
so
this
beautiful.
This is not a sponsored ad, but we will
It's-
sponsor you.
It's something everyone should see at least once. It's so cool.
With the lights and everything.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I don't know if they do the lights if it's not Christmas time.
Probably not.
Because
but
I only go during Christmas.
honestly, I like it better during the summer when it's not so busy.
Yeah, I went there last December and it was so crowded.
I feel like every year it gets busier and busier.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then I feel like everybody is like watching us because I went with a couple other girls. And
yeah,
the fact that there's 3 fake babies and 3 teenagers.
they're probably like, "What is this? What are they doing? They're playing with dolls. They're too old for that."
Yeah. I feel like I got judged.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of stares at the mall.
Did you take a picture or dress your baby?
Yes, both. I got a lot of pictures of it, and actually, I did dress it at first, but partway through the project, I found it was easier just to leave it in its diaper for changing it.
Did you have it dressed when you went out in public?
Yes.
Okay, good. And so I was so mad. The whole weekend, I did not think. I think because I was busy. Because, like, I remember we went to Ponderosa Friday night, and then Saturday we went to Bronner's in the afternoon. And so I didn't really think anything of it to take a picture. But, when we turned it in, that when I got to class, everybody was like, "Oh, look, a picture of my baby." And I'm like,
Aw, and then you didn't
man,
have
I
one.
didn't even take a picture of the little guy.
Yeah, I definitely have pictures still, but my baby was kind of weird looking.
Mine was cute.
I had a little girl, but I wanted a little boy, but I got what I got.
Well, you should be happy you got what you got because some didn't get any.
That's true. I was lucky.
Remember the alternative? You had to do
Like
a paper on it.
yeah, I would not want to write a paper.
Which some people said that the paper was better because it was just a little bit of research and it was a paper and you were good to go. And I said, good to go. I wanted the baby.
Yep, I
don't
know.
care. I didn't care how hard the project was with that baby. I wanted that baby because we waited since seventh grade for a baby.
All them years we waited, and
Because
I
seventh grade.
hated it.
Because in 7th grade, there was that life class
Oh, yeah.
that's where they got the babies. And everyone who was in the class, it seemed like, didn't want the baby. And we all who were in the
We were
class,
so jealous.
we wanted the baby. We're like, well, take your spot. So, yeah, that's our baby story.
Yeah.
Cynthia, did you have any baby story?
Nope.
Anything entertaining?
No, I just maybe took like 1 or 2 pictures. That was it.
Do you still have those pictures?
Somewhere, like probably like in my email. because I had to delete them from my phone eventually to get storage. But
Is it crazy that it was over a decade ago?
I don't even want to think about that, but yeah, oh my gosh. It's been that long. We're getting old.
No wonder why we can't remember anything.
so this assignment makes Joey worried about her real future. She knows Dawson's going to be successful, but she can't imagine what her life will be like.
Why does she just assume he's going to be successful?
With his filmmaking.
Okay, that doesn't just guarantee you're going to make it.
Yeah, but
Hollywood is big.
like he has an idea. She doesn't have a plan at all. That's why she's freaking out.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a plan B. In case his little filmmaking. Because think about it. He's really the only one that, and his friends, that think his film is okay. He hasn't really tested it out to the real world.
Right.
So what if the real world doesn't like it?
He kind of did with that festival. We just don't know how it turned out.
Oh, yeah, they never did go back to that.
But did he turn it in?
Yeah, because remember him and Joey were talking about it the last episode?
I would like to see more about that.
It didn't really look like a good movie to me.
No, I wasn't a fan, but I would like to, hear what happened with the festival if they ever go back to it.
Mm-hmm. And then Joey points out that Dawson, is going to do this project with Jen, but he said she has nothing to worry about.
So he thinks or she thinks. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, and then Dawson said, it'll be fun.
Working with Jen?
Well, ours was fun.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about his, but ours was fun.
Abby and Jen sit down at the table in the cafeteria, and Abby asks what she's going to do about Dawson. Jen says he's all into Joey, but Abby says he's a 15-year-old boy. He doesn't know what love is.
Exactly. She is right about that.
And the boy that was paired up with Abby for the project, Kenny, walks up to her to talk about the assignment, but she tells him to do it by himself and to put her name on it.
So you know how Abby doesn't want to be partnered with Kenny?
Mm-hmm.
What makes her think that he wants to be partnered with her?
Right.
Does she think she's so great that everybody wants to be her partner?
Because she's not.
The only person that would want to be her partner is Jen. Think about it. The rest of them do not like her.
Yeah, Kenny probably doesn't want to be with her just as much as she doesn't want to be with him.
Or probably more.
Yeah.
Because she picks on him.
She is so mean to him.
I know. I feel so bad for him.
No one deserves to be treated like that, but I guess that is the harsh reality of how kids are in school.
Mm-hmm.
The girls, they go back to talking about Dawson. Abby tells Jen she should act like she did with the guys in New York to remind Dawson how compatible they are, and she wants all the details about it.
Mm.
And that doesn't sound like a good idea.
No.
At the ice house, Jack is mopping the floors. Joey walks in and tells Jack he's not mopping right. This is his first job, and he's taking some time to get the hang of things. Joey's cleaning the floors when Bess walks in and tells Joey about her project. She wants to help, but Joey basically tells her that she's barely getting by and would rather find a woman who has the kind of success that Joey wants for herself.
Joey was so mean to her sister.
Mm-hmm.
I know, and all
Like
she
her
wanted to do was help.
I know. Her sister, Joey even's like, you barely can pay your bills. Who says that to someone who's struggling?
I know.
And she is taking care of Joey on top of that.
And a baby.
And the business.
Yeah, because,
So I'd say she's doing pretty good.
I know. I would get her help.
yeah, and then, Bodie just kind of was
I know.
non-existent.
That was going to be my question.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Bodie? I thought he worked there.
Yeah.
thought he was like the
we haven't
cook.
seen him in a while.
Mhm.
Wasn't he like the chef?
Something,
Yeah.
yeah.
But now he just disappeared.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Does this happen a lot, Brittany? Jace, since you've seen this and I haven't?
Bodie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really
Comes in and out?
remember. Yeah.
Okay.
He's only in a few episodes, I think,
Yeah.
out of the whole season.
Hmm.
I think they just say he's somewhere.
Yeah. Pacey and Andie are arguing about vehicles in a house now. To make it easier, Pacey suggests that the kids don't need their own rooms so they can save up money by getting a house that has less bedrooms. He has his sights set on a Viper, and they compromise on getting an apartment.
The kids don't need their own room, but he needs a Viper.
Oh my gosh, yeah, luxury, sports car.
The kids don't need a bed. Put him on the
As
floor.
long as Pacey has that fancy car.
As long as dad has his car, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then Andy was funny. I want a divorce.
And then
I don't blame her if he wants to spend their money on that.
I know. I'm like, really? Our kids need a bedroom.
I remember with our project, we had to budget for a car and a house as well. So it was kind of cool to see them doing that.
Yeah. And now Gail ends up being dropped off at home by a coworker, Frank, from accounting. Mitch is outside and sees this. It makes him mad and probably reminds him of her affair.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it remind you?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
I would be highly, highly upset if I was Mitch seeing that.
And I'm not trying to be mean, but didn't Gail's skirt seem too short?
And she kissed him, I thought. When it looked like she kissed him when
Like
they
on
were
the
hugging.
cheek, I think, or something.
Yeah.
I mean, your husband might be outside.
Right. That just didn't seem appropriate to me.
Especially when you were caught.
Right. Yeah. Given the circumstances with her already cheated. She already cheated on him.
So if someone's dropping you off, at least have them drop you off at the end of the road or something.
Right.
Walk home.
And then why would she give him that kiss like that? I just
And
don't
hug
get it.
him like that?
Yeah, no, that's too friendly.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I just was watching her skirt and I was like, it's a little short.
It was.
'Cause then she was trying to sit down where it wasn't going up the camera and I was like, that's bad.
Mitch suggests that by taking out the need to trust her again, then maybe they can get back some of what they lost. He says Thursday nights are date nights with other people.
Yeah, let's see how well that goes.
Yeah, sounds like they're setting themselves up for failure.
Do you think that works?
I don't see how it could. I don't know.
No.
I know. I feel like if someone's going out a lot and getting a lot of dates or something, they're going to get attached. Or they're going to get attached to that lifestyle of going out all the time.
Right, and this isn't the lifestyle they're used to either. I mean, it might be different had they started their relationship that way, but this is not, I don't think it's going to work out for them. It's not how they are.
No. And I mean, what if you're the person that isn't going on the dates? I mean, and your spouse is. I mean, that would be hard.
You're
they're
going to
always
be
happy.
feeling some type of way about it.
So someone's going to be happy and someone's going to be miserable.
Yep.
Now Dawson and Jen are in her room working on their budget. And for careers, Dawson is a stockbroker while Jen is an engineer, so they are very wealthy. Jen is enjoying herself and talking to Dawson about their money, feeling like it's the real thing. She says 20 years down the line, this could be their reality.
Well, and then she said their kids will be Ivy League. How does she know what their kids would be?
Big dreamer, I guess.
I mean, Dawson's Ivy League. I mean, Jen for that matter, too.
I think Joey's more Ivy League than either one of them.
Yeah. I think out of the whole group, Joey and Andie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Jen says it's a relief that I can still hang out and have moments where it feels like nothing's changed between them like now. This is her way of trying to convince him that they would still make a good couple, but he takes this as a sign to go.
Well, when she she goes from the bed to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
When she gets on the floor, why didn't he move over? I mean, because then she puts her head on his shoulder, and then
I hated that.
Then that's when he finally got up, and I'm like, doofus,
She's like
move,
flirting and trying to cuddle with him.
But you knew something was gonna when she got on the ground, so move.
Right.
Especially-
Dawson, he's kind of letting her do that,
Yes.
and it's not right because he's with Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that who you want to be with?
Yeah.
Yep. So she lets him know that her door is always open. So if he ever wants to talk about the assignment or anything else, she's there. And he's smart and knows what she really means by this. She wants to be there for him more than a friend.
So when they were talking about their vacation,
Mm-hmm.
we also did a vacation during spring break.
Oh, yeah.
Where did you take your 6 kids?
Oh, my gosh. So, it was...
And we weren't as lucky as Dawson and Jen. I don't know how they're getting away with not taking their kids on vacation.
Right.
Because we had to take our whole family on vacation. It
was mandatory.
It wasn't a couple's retreat, okay?
family vacation.
Yes.
It was the scenario was we were left $5,000 in an inheritance, and so we had to plan a whole vacation off of $5,000 for our family. And I had a family of 8 people, so we rented a van, and
It's been a big van.
it was a big van, and we drove to Tennessee to go to Dollywood.
That's where you went.
Yep. We couldn't afford to go anywhere too far.
Yeah, you took the car.
Yeah, there was no way I was buying plane tickets for a family of 8. No.
That would have been your whole 5,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then I just went to New York City.
Just went to New York City. That sounds like it was fun.
Yeah.
No, Tennessee sounds fun.
Tennessee was fun. I'm just kidding. I wasn't. I did go. I did go to Dollywood when I was little. That's why I picked it.
I want to go to Dollywood.
I just chose New York because it seemed like the best, well, one of the best places for kids. Like, there's different museums and restaurants and
Oh, yeah.
Broadway shows. I had 4.
Well, the museums and stuff, they can learn a lot from.
For kids.
Yeah, they have museums for kids.
Shoot, it's better than... I've seen a lot of people take their kids to Las Vegas. I could never.
Mm-hmm.
Did they leave them in the hotel?
They should have.
So I think, wow.
Yeah, where did you go?
I don't know if I want to say where my family went. We went to the best place.
Come on, Miss One Child.
Yes, we had the best vacation to Maui.
Of course, lucky.
I was going to Hawaii. I wasn't going anywhere.
Well, you could afford it with one child.
Oh yeah, we flew and everything. we even went snorkeling.
What?
Dang.
I'm jealous.
We went on all kinds of things. Oh yeah, when you only have one kid, it's easy.
How old was-
I highly recommend only having one child.
Yeah, preach.
And I remember too when we were in the computer lab, everybody was like, "I can't afford plane tickets. How am I gonna go to wherever?"
It was hard.
A lot of people wanted to go to Hawaii, but
Hawaii is expensive.
Like, it was, but you know,
Miss One Child can afford it.
Yeah, I'm glad I only had the one.
I guess you knew what birth control was. My family did not. We didn't believe in birth control.
You know, you should be glad there's only one dice.
I would have ended up with 12 kids if we were rolling 2.
Oh my goodness.
Think how many twins.
No.
Oh, and wasn't it too based on the number? If you had like 2 8s or something, that meant you had twins.
Yep, if you got the same number, you had twins.
Yeah, a lot of people I think had like sets.
I had 1 or 2 sets of twins, but I definitely had 1 set.
You don't remember? You try to forget.
6 kids that many years ago? No.
So I wonder if anyone, and it doesn't have to be from our grade, it could be any of the grades who have done it. I wonder if they've ever matched how many kids they had. Like if they had 3.
Oh.
I wonder if they ended up with 3 kids in real life.
That would be crazy to see.
I'm not saying like their job, because
right.
But kid-wise, I wonder if they had that certain amount. So anyone who went to our school.
Predicted the future, let us know.
Yeah, anyone who went to our school, let us know.
It wasn't accurate for us.
Yeah, not at all.
Jaycee don't want 6 kids.
No. I'll take 1. That's about it.
You'll take my 1?
Yeah.
Here you go. He can go to your house.
I'll take him.
How many boys did you say you had?
I don't even remember. Out of my 6
What a
kids,
great
I don't
mom.
remember.
What a great mom.
I wonder if I have that project somewhere still.
I still have the binder.
Oh, wow. Oh, that would be cool to see.
Yeah, we had a huge consumers math binder. And boy, I had
Everything was in it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I keep like all that project stuff because I love to like go back to
Yeah,
it.
it's so neat to look back on all the
and then
memories.
and then if I ever have kids, pull it out and be like, look at what I did. Even though they'll probably just roll their eyes. Like I would if it was my parents.
Oh, yeah. But at the same time, that would be so cool to show them.
Yeah. But again, they'll probably be like, whatever, Mom. I don't care. Unless I have the one kid, and then I'll be like, look, I have one kid named
I made this about you.
Especially if I name him what I named.
What was his name?
Noah.
Noah. That's cute.
What were your kids' names?
Oh, my God. I don't know. I had 6 of them.
Cynthia, what were your kids' names?
Well, they were 6, 7, 8, 9. And
Well, at least you didn't have diapers.
yeah, and one was Rosie, then Michael, Sophia, and Casey.
Casey.
I don't remember.
names.
I know why I chose 2 of these names, but the other ones I don't really remember why.
I know my husband was the country singer Easton Corbin. I thought he was so cute at the time, so.
Wait, you were the Corbin family.
Yeah.
Remember we had to make a family portrait.
Yes. That was weird because I was finding random pictures of kids online and just printing them out and putting them on my paper for my kids.
What? I had to draw mine.
Oh, I found pictures online.
Yeah, that's what I have too for my.
I had to draw. And I was like drawing stick figure. I'm not an artist.
Yep. I just went on Google.
Oh, yeah. And then I remember one of our classmates said that I should have my kids. I'm not going to say it.
What? That you should what?
Remember, we had to put a last name.
Oh.
No, it was a celebrity crush.
Ah.
I was like, not gonna. I don't even remember what I named it. I was like, it can't be anyone from this school and it can't be a celebrity.
That's too funny.
I think you know what the celebrity is. I'm not going to say
I think I do.
Now, since looking at apartments online wasn't a thing yet in 98, Andie and Pacey go looking at real apartments. Pacey feels like they're wasting time doing this. Andie assumes Pacey is just lazy and doesn't want to do the project. He lets her know that she doesn't know anything about him, having the kind of family he has. And now he assumes her life is easy with all the money she has. She gets upset by this, saying he's right. They don't know anything about each other.
I'm so glad that we had the internet and we didn't have to go house hunting.
Oh, yeah. It made it so much easier, even though it was still difficult.
Well, yeah, because you only had, what was it, like 20% of your budget or something?
Yeah, so...
You had was to buy a house. And then you had to calculate your house payment. I mean, that was hard.
There was really a lot that went into it.
Well, and then it was only houses for sale and around us.
Yes.
How many houses were there?
That was hard. I bet you a lot of us bought the same house.
Because then we had to print it out. I know. I wonder who took my house.
Yeah.
And I remember, okay, so you know how Pacey wanted a one-bedroom for their family?
Yeah.
Remember ours? We had rules. We could not do that. If you had, like, a boy and a girl, you had to have
separate
3
rooms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if they were twins and they were the same sex, they could share.
Yes.
Or if they were 2 boys, but they had to have their own room if they were different sex. Well, that would not have flown.
That would no
with us. And so my house, I could do a 2-bedroom.
My house was huge, and I probably couldn't even really afford it, but I had to buy it because too many kids.
Well, and I remember some people were lucky because they were divorced and got child support and alimony. I said, how in the heck did you get that?
I didn't get
I want to
none
be
of that.
divorced. I want to divorce my husband.
My deadbeat husband, shoot, I wish I could have divorced him.
Your deadbeat.
He didn't pay for any of the bills. He didn't have a job.
Well, maybe he was just taking care of the kids.
Yeah, he was a stay-at-home father, so that did help.
He was Mitch.
Yeah.
Worried if you were going to cheat.
Yeah, taking my 911 calls.
Yeah. You were hoping that, who was it that you said? Easton.
Oh, Easton Corbin was going to call, sing me a little song, and whisk me away.
Yeah, see, I'm not going to say it because it's an A-list celebrity for mine. Not putting that out there. Cynthia, do you remember what you named your family?
Probably just my own last name since I was separated.
Oh, yeah, she's single.
I don't even know if I put a last name.
I don't think it was required. I just did.
No, I feel like it was required. I just
You know, it probably was because of how detailed.
But why? It's not like we were paired.
True.
Because we did that thing in 6th grade where we were paired.
And we had to draw our baby.
Yes.
Did you have a boy partner?
No, I had my sister-in-law.
Because I had a girl too. My baby was ugly.
She made me be the male part.
Oh!
So our baby was my last name.
Everything comes full circle. Wow.
Yeah. And here you go, Cynthia. I'm so sorry I did not pick you. But I guess God wanted her.
Yup.
Joey's meeting with a woman who's an interior designer. Joey interviews her and learns she's worked way up from the bottom. And she asks Joey for her opinion on some floor plans for a restaurant. She points out that the kitchen and bar are too far apart from each other, and that makes the waiters take up more time getting orders. Joey ends up even giving more of her input for other floor plans. Now, in a cafe, Abby and Jen are talking about Dawson again.
I was just going to say that you could relate to Joey's project being the single one.
Yeah.
Some of us had to have husbands.
Yeah, so Abby and Jen are talking about Dawson and Abby is shocked that Jen hasn't made any progress with getting back together with him yet. Kenny is sitting at a table next to them, wanting to work in the project.
Why is Abby so concerned with this? Ugh.
I know.
She should be more concerned with her project that
For real.
Kenny's doing.
Yeah, so Abby tells Kenny to get lost and finish the project. Abby turns her attention back to Jen and suggests that Jen throws herself at him to make a move on Dawson and seduce him.
I'm still sticking by that she has no life. Well, she obviously has no friends.
Mm-hmm.
She's too invested in everyone else's drama and stirring the pot.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what's weird is that group is not popular. So why is everyone so concerned with their group? Think about it. They're not popular.
Yeah.
They don't play sports, which are the popular kids.
Right. Huh. Yeah, that is interesting.
It'd be like if we were people were so concerned with us.
Right.
Nobody cared, and nobody cared 10 years later.
Nope.
It's how it goes. So that's not even realistic, the show.
No.
I was thinking that. I'm like, you know what? None of them play sports. None of them are popular.
They're not.
They don't have friends but each other. So why is everyone so concerned with their love lives?
I've never looked at it that way before.
Yeah. I mean, you ran off and went to be popular.
Oh, I was not popular.
Didn't she? I got a witness right there. I'm looking right at you and I got a witness.
That,
Cynthia?
I wouldn't say popular, just a different circle.
yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Okay, the circle above us. Is that a better? Where the popular ones were nice to her.
Yeah, I will say that.
Okay.
I'll agree with
they
that.
They talk to you, right?
Yeah.
Unlike us, who they didn't know our names.
Oh, they knew your name. They just are stuck up. I'm not. There's some people just
Jaycee, at our reunion just last year, someone called me your name.
Are you what? They called you my name?
Yeah, just because we were always together, so.
We look nothing alike.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yep, so it still happens.
Wait, really?
Yeah, remember I told you?
No.
You'll have to tell me later more about
We're
it.
sitting right by each other.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting. You know, though, that one over there, Cynthia,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't remember anybody's name.
Well, if they aren't important, shoot.
Sorry for all the people that Cynthia didn't remember.
No.
She would be like, who's that walking in?
Well, everyone does look a lot different.
No,
now.
they don't. They still look the same.
Not the guys.
The guys look way more different than the girls.
Nope. No.
Some of them had facial hair and I couldn't even recognize them compared to high school. So.
Well, you know when they go to like movies and stuff, when they do like 10-year reunion.
Yeah.
Everyone, they can't recognize someone. I'm like, and I'm like, I can recognize you.
Yup.
I'm like, okay.
Gail has made dinner for her and Mitch for their date, but when Mitch walks into the kitchen and sees a table set, he reminds Gail that today is Thursday, so it's date night and he's already made plans. She's disappointed in this, of course.
Okay, I feel like she knew it was Thursday.
Yeah, me too.
She just wanted to see what he was gonna say.
Well, I think she wanted him to see that she was trying to be all romantic.
Yeah, and it's like, it's kind of late to start trying, Gail.
Yeah, when you had thought about cheating, that's when you should have started trying.
Yes.
Joey and Dawson are sitting together on the front porch of Dawson's house. Joey asks Dawson if he wants to go to the ice house with her, but he says he has to stay at home to work on the project with Jen. Joey tells him hers is done, and the woman who she talked to inspired her to even have her own business one day. Now Gail walks out and lets Dawson know that she's going out. Dawson tells Joey that his parents are in a weird place right now. Joey asks if they should take advantage of this moment alone, so when they start making out, Jen walks up.
Well, so didn't you think it was weird that at the beginning of the episode, Mitch was like, you're never going to be left alone with Joey. And then they both leave.
So
and it's
quickly,
like,
yeah.
It's like, now they are going to be together, really?
He went back on that real quick.
Yep.
I was like, all right, Mitch, here's your bad parenting.
By seeing Joey and Dawson, Jen says that she can come back later. But Joey says it's fine. She was just leaving. On her way out, Joey tells Jen, nice dress, with Jen responding, thanks, I borrowed it. Joey says, I bet. Before walking out, Dawson asks Jen where they should work on their project, and Jen says somewhere where they can be more comfortable in his room.
That was creepy. Well, okay, if she had already, made a move earlier, Why would you want
Be alone with her like that
in your
in
bedroom? Why don't you do it at like the kitchen table?
And it's weird to me too that he never mentioned to Joey how Jen was acting.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I would be so mad if I was Joey.
Oh, yeah.
And your boyfriend is not telling you that his ex is all over him.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
It's one thing if Jen still likes him, but she made a move.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story.
That is not cool.
Yep. At the ice house, Jen walks in and tells Bess about Laura, the woman who helped her with the project, and how she can help them design a new logo, placemats, and menus for the restaurant. Bess is fed up hearing about the successful thank you, woman that Joey would rather talk to her own sister about than running a business. Bess says she doesn't need Laura's help. She needs Joey's to clean the restaurant.
Do you think Bess was wrong? I mean, if there's a successful lady that's willing to help for free to maybe bring in more income, wouldn't you?
I don't think she's wrong, but I think she's just got her feelings hurt really bad because she wanted to help Joey, and Joey wouldn't take any of her input. And the least Joey could have done was just listen to what she had to say. So
yeah, maybe she had good input.
She might, yeah.
And I just thought it was a little bit cold to just, I don't want to hear what some lady that doesn't know me has to say. And I'm like, but she might have good ideas. I mean, she is successful.
I think maybe if Joey went about it in a different way, she might have been willing to listen.
Yeah, not like bragging, like, this is the greatest woman on earth.
Right.
And you're, nothing to me.
She just, I think, wanted to feel appreciated.
Yeah, so Joey goes off telling Bess that she's been doing everything for her lately and she's sick of it. Bess tells her to go home, and she kind of sounded like she had a southern accent there to me. Or was it just
I didn't
when she was
hear it.
talking?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. It sounded like she just had like a little accent there. Now, Pacey walks into the ice house for some reason and asks Jack for a cup of coffee.
Well, he's doing it because he's going to be talking about Andie.
Yeah. She does ask Jack about Andie and tells him how she went off on him after he called her a spoiled princess. Jack confesses that they're not rich anymore and that's why he's working. Pacey points out about Andie's having a nice car. Jack says it's a few things that they have left and to give Andie a break.
Wouldn't the car be one of the first things they get rid of? Like an expensive car?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd bring in a lot of money if you sold it.
But they still need to get around.
Okay,
So-
a cheaper car.
That's true.
You don't need a expensive
But,
car.
Pacey did assume a lot of things about Andie rather than asking her and getting to know her. So,
He doesn't want to get to know her, remember? He wanted her to go away at the party.
yeah. But now you can tell he wants to get to know her.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Gail sits down at a diner by herself and drinks some coffee, while Mitch is out at a bar and looks around at the women. They both seem to feel out of place.
See, now, I just didn't need those scenes.
Mm-hmm.
To me, they're just pointless.
Yeah, they were just filler, I think.
Yeah.
Like, we get it. You guys are both sad. Move on. Well, it's hard when it's like, it happened in season 1, and now it's season
They're
2.
dragging it on.
And we're still talking about it.
Jen and Dawson finally finish their project. Jen says that she's so exhausted from the assignment and asks if he would mind it if she crashed in his bed tonight.
Yeah, she just goes and lays right in his bed.
She's doing way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that dress.
Has to be Abby's, first of all.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Why would you wear that to work on a project?
she was hoping for something else.
Well, yeah.
But that dress is so ugly.
It is. It's not even a cute color.
I was like, it's so hideous. Like, it looks like it has like stains or something.
Well, if it's Abby's.
But I'm like, you couldn't find. I mean, the 90s did have cute clothes and dress. Like, you couldn't find some better for Jen to wear?
Yeah. I could have. I mean, Abby said wear something scandalous. I could have probably come up with a better outfit than that for scandalous.
That was just ugly.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh, that's really all I was looking at. I'm like, oh my God, who would put you in that?
She
They
definitely
must not have
needed better wardrobe for that scene.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't like her, so they're like, oh, let's make her wear this today.
Dawson says that he would mind it if she stayed the night. Jen takes offense to this and tells him that doesn't mean that they have to have sex. And Joey says,
You
That-
mean Jen?
Jen tells Dawson that Joey has been putting thoughts into his head about her.
No, she hasn't.
You know,
He's just being a good boyfriend at
Finally.
this point. Yeah, I was going to say
Finally.
finally. Like drawing the line, setting some boundaries.
Yes, but then what happens?
Yeah.
So he wasn't too smart.
No.
Dawson points out the dress that she's wearing for their study session and asks if throwing herself at him makes her feel humiliated. She says no, it doesn't. She understands that Dawson's with Joey now, but she doesn't respect it and lets him know he has options.
Well, yeah. She says she accepts it. Bull crap! You do not accept it.
No, she doesn't. She wouldn't be throwing herself at him if she did.
If she accepted it, she would just move on and wait till they broke up.
But
no, not Jen.
Yeah, and it's really something how she's trying to sleep with him now that he's with Joey when she didn't want to sleep with him when she was with him.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
She didn't even want to kiss him, let alone sleep
with him. And now
with
she's throwing herself at him.
And then she goes and kisses him. And why did he not back up? Okay, she has been making moves on you.
Right, he could have pulled away, and he didn't.
When he was talking about her dress, he should have backed up and pushed her out the door.
Yeah,
bad boyfriend.
Yeah, but I put that he didn't push her.
Is he gonna tell Joey that she kissed him?
Probably not.
No, because he hasn't said anything so far.
Yeah, so I did put that Dawson didn't push her away, but he didn't kiss her back either. He just kind of stood there.
Oh my God,
he should have pushed her away.
Yeah.
He let her kiss him long enough that he could have pushed her away.
He knew that was coming when she got close to
him.
We all saw that coming. Don't tell me that he couldn't back away.
Yeah. After stepping out, we see Jen's face looking like she had some shame with how she just acted with him. And with it being time for bed now, Mitch and Gail tell each other about their nights, obviously lying to each other and not letting each other know that they had a miserable time.
Yeah, wasn't the whole thing they were supposed to be honest about their Thursdays?
Yeah, and they weren't at all.
What happened to honesty?
They were trying to make each other jealous.
I know, but all it did was make them both feel like crap.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to help the marriage.
Especially when you're lying.
The next day, we see Joey outside with Bess. When Bess pulls up in her truck after cleaning the ice house, before walking inside the trailer, Bess tells Joey she's fired from the restaurant, and she has she was right about her life being chaos, and Joey should be living her own life while being young and not having to deal with her older sister's problems. Joey tells Bess that her problems are her problems too. They're a team, and she can't fire her because she's not going anywhere, and she loves her and Alexander. He doesn't want her to feel like she's doing this alone.
Did you like when she fired her?
Yeah, I kind of thought it was good, though, for her. I mean, Joey is young, and she does need to go live her life. She shouldn't have all this responsibility at that young of an age.
Yeah.
I don't know if just coming out and saying, you're fired. I mean, maybe she should have said, hey, I think you should take a step back.
Right. That would have been a better way to put it.
But not, and, it's your choice if you want to work there or not, or, if you want to work like once a week or something, but not, you're fired. I mean, that's a little mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Joey says doing this alone. So again, we don't know where Bodhi is at the moment. And Bess says she's supposed to be taking care of her as the older sister. Joey says she does take care of her. Bess says one day she'll get her life together, so Joey will be proud of her. Joey says she is. And that doing her school assignment made her realize how much stress and pressure she feels every day. Bess does. And Joey tells Bess that she thinks she's amazing. So that was sweet. Then back at school with Kenny and Abby. In class, Kenny tells the teacher that Abby didn't do any of the work.
I'm glad he spoke up.
Yes, I was so happy. I'm like, way to go, Kenny.
Yeah, I was rooting for him at that point.
I was so happy. I'm like, turn her in. She's evil.
Yes.
Yep, that's what she got. And then Abby makes the excuse that Kenny was ill and she didn't want to get sick.
But do you think that the teacher's going to do anything about it?
No.
No, not at that point.
Because the assignment is done.
I mean, he could have gave her a failing grade, but... No.
Other than that, I don't think he really cares.
No, but I'm just like, man, I mean, maybe a good teacher would, but I'm like, I don't know if that's going to do anything.
No.
And then even Andie says, well, I did mine from the wife's point of view. It's like, here we go.
Yep, so, yeah, because Pacey isn't in class yet, so Annie gives her, the teacher, her half of the project until he walks in, giving the teacher the whole project. So he must have stayed up all night working on that. Andy is shocked that he's not lazy after all.
I'm glad Pacey pulled through and,
showed that he's not lazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he even apologized to Andie after the fact. That showed his character a little bit, that he really cares about her.
Mm-hmm.
So, another thing about, clothing. Abby's tank top and then Joey's tank top that was showing her belly. Like when she was like walking, it was showing her stomach, and I was like, "Alrighty, this is weird because
They
we would
would not.
never allow that in our school.
No, they would send us home so quick.
You wouldn't even been able to walk through the front door,
Mm-hmm.
and we were never allowed to wear tank tops.
No, yeah, we couldn't do that.
Tank tops, short.
Show your shoulder.
Nope. So I don't know how they're allowed to at this school that they're in.
I guess the 90s were a wilder and looser time. I don't know.
I feel like it's definitely TV because I feel like a lot of schools would not allow that.
Yeah, I doubt
if you're
it.
showing your stomach and stuff, they're gonna go home,
Yeah.
put a sweatshirt on, something.
Yes.
Yeah, so now
I just thought it was weird.
Joey and Dawson are walking outside the school, talking about the project, and then they end up kissing. Abby and Jen walk past them with Abby telling them to get a room. Joey asks what that was about. Dawson says he has no idea.
Oh my,
That bugs me.
perfect timing to tell her, and he's
Lies.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
There's your Dawson for you, liar.
Then Andie comes running out, apologizing to Pacey about the other day, and says thanks for doing the project. He apologizes too and says that he talked to Jack and knows that she's not super rich and he doesn't know anything about her. She asks about the Viper, and of course he did get it, and confesses that they could only get a one-bedroom apartment.
Sorry, children, your dad wanted a Viper.
Y'all are going to have to live in the car.
Yeah, basically.
So that's the thing, is you have a one bedroom, but who's taking the bedroom? You guys are the kids. That was my question.
You're
Yeah,
going to
the
have
bed,
to
yeah.
get like a California king and I'll share it.
Ew.
As they're bickering about this, we see none other than Tamara sitting in her car in the parking lot outside the school.
I know, I was like,
Miss Jacobs.
she's back.
I screamed when I saw her. I was like, no.
I mean, I knew she was coming, but ugh.
I don't want her back.
I don't want her either because Pacey and Andie are so cute that I do not want her back.
She's going to come ruin everything.
Yes, I mean, they're the only couple saving this show for me.
I am interested to see what's going to happen, but I know
with
it's
the
not going to
teacher?
be good. Yeah.
With the teacher?
You know, the drama makes for an interesting show, but
With the teacher, though?
yeah, I mean, I don't agree with it, but I think it'll be interesting.
I feel like they could have just brought in a different character, not her.
Well, it definitely was shocking if that's what they were
Okay,
going for.
And she's stalking him. So she needs to go to jail.
It'll be a good storyline, but she does.
I mean, she didn't go to jail for
Sleeping with them.
Yeah, so she needs to go to jail for stalking him.
She should. That's creepy.
Do you think that Pacey's going to be happy to see her?
I think he's going to be mad.
I think he's just going to be confused.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yep, so that was the end of that episode, unfortunately.
I know. I liked it.
I really did enjoy this one a
What
lot.
were your high and low?
My high was just the whole project, the family project. Because it's super relatable because of what we did in high school. I really enjoyed watching it. And then my low was Dawson not telling Joey about the kiss or anything about Jen. Because he needs to be honest with her. And
If he wants her to stay his girlfriend?
yeah, it's going to be bad for him in the long run with him not being honest.
Yeah, he read her diary last episode. Now he's lying to her this. Oh, what's going to happen next episode?
What about you guys? Who'd you guys pick?
Yeah, well, that was the same for me, basically.
My high was the whole project. I liked watching it because, again, we related, and it was so cool to see what they were doing, especially because they were doing it as partners,
Yes.
and we were doing it by ourselves. And so I think for us, I like doing it by myself because, again, you didn't have to fight with anyone. And, you know, what if you were partnered with somebody you didn't like?
That would be so difficult.
Or what if you were doing all the work?
Then
So-
I'd rather just do it
do
alone.
myself, yeah, and get my own credit for it. So I liked being able to pick my own stuff. What I would
Yes.
like. So I like doing it myself. So I liked the whole project. And then my low was Dawson's parents. They brought that part down.
Yeah, it was just kind of
Any
extra story thrown
Yeah,
in.
anytime I'd pan to them, I'm like, come on, go back to the kids' story. I like their story a whole lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, the other low was Abby being mean.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she was horrible.
I wanted to slap her. She was picking on Kenny.
And then rating?
I would rate this A 10.
A 10. Ooh.
First 10.
I gave it an 8.
Well, it kept me going. You
Yeah.
wanted to see what everybody's was about.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm surprised you gave it a 10 though. Like that's big from you.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I also said an 8. Because like we didn't really see the end product with everybody. Like we don't really know what happened with Joey. Like what did she do? Like, we know she did the research, but we don't know exactly what she ended up doing. You know.
Oh yeah, right.
And then Dawson and Jen, like we know what they did, but we don't know, how they ended up.
Yeah, so apparently they send their kids to Ivy League colleges and didn't take them on vacation.
Not very good.
Because Jen wanted to do it herself.
So, for this episode, for my worst character, I have Jen. I don't.
Did you rate it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said 8. Yeah.
But I have Jen as my worst character. I just don't like the way she acted, throwing herself at Dawson. I thought that was really kind of low of her to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then my best was Andie, just because she took this project so seriously and really wanted to do a good job on it.
Jen was too.
Yeah.
They were husband and wife.
Yeah,
remember?
I suppose you could say that.
She took it serious too.
Yeah, and then my worst was Abby, just because of how she was treating Kenny and
Yeah.
pushing Jen to make a move on Dawson. And then my best was Jack, because he was trying his best at work, and he talked to Pacey about Andie.
Yeah, but
I
no, I
know.
see that.
Yeah, but like he's starting to show up a little bit
He
more
was a
in the
good
show.
supportive character in that episode.
Yeah. What about you, Brittany?
Well, no, I don't want to say.
Why?
So my worst was Dawson. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm like, okay.
You were taking it so seriously. No, it was Jen.
Yes.
Like, even though I don't like Dawson and Joey together, I don't want her
She's just not being a good person.
just accept it and move on, Jen. Wait for them to break up. I mean, he's already doing so much that they will break up.
Yeah, because Jen was trying so hard to be Joey's friend when she was with Dawson, but now everything's flipped and it's all different now, I guess.
Yeah, I told you they couldn't be friends until both of them let Dawson go. And guess what? Neither one have. So guess what? They're never going to be friends.
That's true.
So she was the worst. I mean, yeah, up there was Abby. And then the best
Was Pacey?
Yes.
Of
course.
I was going to say Andie's partner.
Not surprised.
Well, okay. I know that, he didn't really want to go house hunting or apartment hunting. And he was sent with his car situation, but he pulled through in the end.
He did.
Because Andie was only turning in her part of the project.
I mean, can you blame her, though? He was being a douche.
I know, but don't you think the teacher would say, you're still going to get like a failing grade because you didn't turn in the whole project? That's what our teachers would say.
Yeah.
You didn't do the whole project.
He did pull through for them.
He did the whole project and stayed up all night doing it. So, he gets all the credit.
Okay.
He did. And then he even apologized.
I think you just want a reason to like Pacey even more. But I do like that he pulled through.
I am keeping Jack.
You're making it so that Pacey's going to be your best character.
Well, he is the best character.
If you say so.
You know what? All the fans out there, let us know that Pacey's your favorite.
We'll see.
Just check the internet.
And then next time will be episode 4, Tamara's Return.
Ugh.
Who?
Did I do it again? Tamara?
Yeah, you did.
I can't help it. That's the only name I knew in the 90s was Tamara.
Yeah, because sister.
Mm-hmm. So I'll probably
that's
keep...
a good show. Don't be hating.
I'm not hating. I was singing.
Okay.
I'll probably keep doing that, so...
No, I love Tia and Tamara.
It's a good show.
I still love them now.
Yes.
I love who they've turned into.
Yep, so thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about this episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us at Twitter at duochatpodcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would really appreciate it.